Hi there Scorpio, welcome back to Wild Lotus Tarot. This is going to be your weekly intuitive reading for December 7th through to the 13th. Scorpio, let's do this, see what's on the cards for you. I'll be getting started with my fave, Work Your Light Oracle as per usual, then drawing you an overarching tarot energy from the Moon Child Tarot before getting out your tarot story, the Rider-Waite clarified with the Radiant Rider today. And Scorpio, just to let you know that I did a thing and I'm on TikTok. If you know me, you know it's the most unlikely thing for me to do to put myself out there on social media, but I'm actually really enjoying the 1-minute videos, and you can do a really good reading in 1 minute actually. So you'll also find me on Instagram and Facebook. All the details are underneath the video. You'll see the direct links and also the link to my website if you do want to book a personal reading. So with the TikToks, I post most of them, well all of them on TikTok obviously, but I also sometimes post those on Facebook and Instagram as well for those of you that don't want to join TikTok. So if you're on either of those platforms, you will get a bit of everything. Here goes the Oracle card. Whoa. Align your life, Scorpio. What needs to change? What is not aligned or needs to change? Well, this will be different for all of you. I feel like this is the theme of 2020, you know, on a global scale, on a personal scale as well. So many of us are going through profound shifts and changes, and the shifts and changes are towards our truth. I believe that the soul's journey in the lifetime is a journey towards our authenticity, to find out who we authentically are and our authentic expression of source on this 3D plane, having an earthly experience. So that means, you know, we don't have time to waste to live out the dreams of another, to follow, you know, the career that we feel that we should be following, that's been handed down in tradition, maybe from family, society's expectations. You know, what is your truth, Scorpio? And then what in your life is not aligned with it? When you know, when we go through levels of ascension and spiritual awakening, depending, sometimes, you know, people get that little door and it creaks open over a number of years, and sometimes the door flies open and we can find ourselves waking up in the same home, in the same bed, going, where am I? This doesn't fit for me. Unfortunately, maybe this relationship's not right for me. This place isn't right for me. What I do for a job is just not my passions. So all different levels. Sometimes this can happen, you know, little by little, and sometimes it happens, you know, all at once. So some of you might be going through that process, and some of you might not be, and that's fine as well. You know, some of you might have, you know, gotten lucky and you just found that beautiful career right from the get-go and you're really happy, but ultimately it's about moving towards our truth. Well, let's get out your overarching tarot energy. Here we go. I have got the Six of Pentacles. Yeah, the Six of Pentacles is a card of balance and receivership, and it talks about karmic rebalancing as well, like those scales getting even up, evening the score. So sometimes, you know, we might have been feeling in life that we're not really getting our share back, and that can be because we're not on purpose or we're not aligned. So when we actually get on purpose, the universe, you know, provides for you. Abundance comes naturally and all of those things. So this could be an indication that you're getting closer to getting those scales in that perfect equilibrium so that you can receive. You know, it can talk about up until now that maybe we kind of feel like we were just getting the leftovers, just getting the crumbs, but now we're moving into a place of greater abundance and power as well. We will see what the story is for you here, Scorpio. And the thing is that the Six of Pentacles comes after the Five, so we're moving out of a place of lack and isolation. We're seeing the big picture, and, you know, things are starting to shift for us. We're starting to receive again, maybe after a period where we weren't. Let's get out the energy of the recent past, Scorpio. Energies leaving, completing, or transitioning. Oh my goodness. There's the Rider version of the card, the Six of Pentacles. See the breadcrumbs, getting breadcrumbed there. Okay, 666 could be a angel number. You might want to give that one a Google. Let's go for the current or focus energy, Scorpio. 6. again, excuse my accent, guys, that is the way that word comes out for me. 666, not anything to do with, you know, with Satan or anything like that. This is a number of joy, harmony, and balance in the tarot. So please do give that angel number a Google if you think this is your reading. We can get now the result energy out. There's a card of victory, by the way. Two of Cups, beautiful, okay. And I have got the Five of Wands at the bottom of this deck here. So it's going to be important to stay out of that energy of conflict, both internal or external. Clarifying the Six of Pentacles. The Empress, wow. It's number 3 in the major arcana. Links to Libra and Virgo. Ooh, the Tower. Okay, it clarifies that's the removing of what's not in alignment for you. Clarifying the Two of Cups. 10 of Wands, yep. Has to be something released here. At the bottom of this deck, I have got the Six of Swords. Another 6. 6666. Please Google that. I like willowsoul.com, by the way. Like, really good explanations there. So, yeah, I mean, this is about moving into that smoother sailing here. This is the journey that we're on this week. I mean, the Six of Swords talks about moving out of you know, emotionally tumultuous times, getting off that roller coaster so that we can bring those scales back into balance again. So you can move towards your peace, your harmony. But when the Six of Swords comes into the reading, it's with a heavy heart that we make this transition. Like, we really want to hold on to this, whatever it is for you, career, job, location, the other big themes. You know, we really want to hold on to it, but the universe is saying, there's something that's not aligned and it needs to change. And if you don't do it, Scorpio, I will. That is my mantra of the Tower. Sometimes we don't follow the small signs and synchronicities because we have loyalties to employers, we have loyalties to partners, and we really, you know, we took those vows, we want to make it work. We signed that contract. Sometimes the universe is just saying, look, you know, you're being led in another direction now. So it's with a heavy heart that we make that transition. So here in the recent past, Six of Pentacles and the Empress. So we've talked about the Six of Pentacles being that indicator that we are now starting to come into a place of balance after things being off for a while. We know there's a Tower that's yet to fall. But the Empress here is the hope, the faith, of possibility. She is probably the biggest card of possibility in the tarot. I was going to say in the Tower. And, you know, she really says that anything is possible. What is your wildest dreams that you are wanting to manifest? Because she says, you know what, you should be aiming for that. Let's not settle for anything, you know, settle for something that's not quite in alignment, because you can have the best fit. She really is abundant and fertile and waiting to birth that into, you know, the material realm for you. She can make it happen. She is ready to bring this into balance for you, whatever it is in your life. If you feel like you've been missing out in money and work and love, you know, she's saying, hey, you know what, get back to dreaming the bigger dream, because I can help you make it happen. But first, Scorpio, unfortunately, I need to remove something from your life that's blocking my energy, the Tower. Look, the Tower is an interesting energy, guys, because obviously it can feel terrible when we're going through a Tower moment. It can be like, my life is turned upside down, this is chaos. I never even anticipated leaving this marriage or relationship, and all of a sudden it's upon me. It's like I'm being moved. You know, it can be the sudden loss of a job or career that we loved. You know, it's all of our social life as well, turning up, having great colleagueship and all of that. It can be, you know, actually, you know, it doesn't want to scare anyone, but it can be that disaster that, you know, takes away that home or whatever. And at the time, it seems awful, awful, awful. But down the track, and sometimes it's not for a year or two, we look back and go, you know what? That was the best thing that happened to me, because I wouldn't have done that myself. But it's a real hindsight energy that we see the positivity of the Tower and see that it can be a hidden blessing. But generally there is some pain to be journeyed with the Tower. It can be a massive revelation within ourselves. It doesn't have to be an external event, but it is the universe's way of bringing in the Mack truck to, you know, to move you when we aren't moving ourselves or following the signs and synchronicities. And the message with the Tower is that whatever it's taking out of your life was built on a shaky foundation. It wasn't aligned for you, or you've outgrown it, or it's no longer meant for you. So it's bringing it down to the ground, and the message is to allow it to fall, to surrender to that. If we hold on, we go down with it, and it's more tumultuous than it needs to be. And if we rebuild it and patch it up, we generally find ourselves a little down the track, you know, facing the Tower again. So if it's a relationship and we want to salvage it, we would both need to go away and do some pretty major work on ourselves, on the things that were the issue in the relationship. We'd have to go on a journey of transformation and relate from that new place. Otherwise, we're going to find ourselves doing the same thing and repeating the same cycle. So that's the Tower, guys, and I'm going to stand by my message that it is a hidden blessing, but it's not until down the track that we see that. And, you know, obviously it can really put us into a state of chaos, but it comes in with the Six of Wands. This is a card of victory. So this Tower is actually a victory for you. You just may not see it this week, because it's leading you out of a darker time and into a place of passion and purpose and alignment. Wands, personal power, energy, and we need to make sure that we're using those constructively. The Six of Wands is about, you know, shining bright, a newfound sense of esteem and confidence and looking good and feeling good. So you are going to ride out of this on top, right? It's the indication that that will happen, but there is something that needs to obviously be removed. Over here in the future position here, I mean, we do have the Ten of Wands with the Two of Cups. So I probably should have said this at the beginning, but more likely than not, the situation is involving partnership. Not always romantic, but for many of you, you know, it will be a relationship, but it can be, you know, dear colleagueship, friendship, that soul connection that you might have had with a manager at work. And unfortunately, it's become the burden that weighs on me, and I'm going to need to release it. I'm going to need to release it to allow the Empress to come in and have me meet my bigger dream. So the Ten of Wands is a completion, and it's a completion that lifts the weight from our shoulders. And you can kind of see, like, both of these 10 and the Five of Wands for me is about the fact that this situation has been occupying a lot of your energetic resources. In the Five of Wands, we see people that are taking their wand, which for me stands for personal power, and they are hitting each other over the head with them. It's a metaphor for the energy leak. By holding on to something that's not serving us, that's weighing us down, whether we're aware of that or not, it's taking up so much of your fundamental energy. And when you release that, you know, your vision is unblocked, and you can see all the opportunities for your life. You can see the possibilities. So the Tower stands in the way of the possibilities. And I mean, another reading of this Two of Cups could actually mean that it's on the other side of this completion that relationships really improve, or that we do actually end up attracting that soul partnership as well. But there's a journey to be gone on here. It's a journey towards alignment, and that Tower is kind of like it's the block that needs to be unclogged for this universal flow towards that smooth sailing, that joy, that love, that harmony, that balance of the number 6 that we see so prevalent in this reading, that needs to happen. And on the other side of that, the Empress is beckoning. She's calling to you, saying, you know, don't give up on your biggest dreams, your biggest possibilities, and, you know, keep the faith, because I am all the hope, Scorpio, that you need to allow the Tower to fall. Okay, Scorpio, I'm going to leave it there, and I do hope you enjoyed this reading. Keeping in mind it's a general reading for the collective, may or may not be your reading. Maybe pieces of it are, maybe none of it is this week, and that is okay too. If you're called to share, please leave me a comment. I read them all and try to respond to as many as I can. Helps me get to know you guys, connect with your energies and see what's happening out there in the collective. Scorpio, it has been a pleasure once again, and I will see you again next week for another one. Bye for now.